Hello everybody, this is Compost Chicken Queens Plus. I have decided to show you one that I've less got involved in. The last one I didn't show you, the whole thing. This is actually from the dollar store. It comes with a cocoa mat kind of thing that's made out of coconut fiber. I don't know where that went, but you know, you obviously can tell it's very cheap and we don't need anything expensive, so very simply fold this in, take this up and put it on the sides so it caught everything. I did use earlier this to cut it. See? Power tools, right? Oh, power tools. And just, if it seems a little big, you could probably cut it off. Or if you think you're going to get poked on it a lot, which I think this is going to be the case, you might want to cover your ears, folks. Pull out your earplugs, or put in your earplugs, take out your... Well, anyways, batten down the hatches, don't want to hear this. So we're going to do this. We're going to cut off maybe two of these. Very simple, and that was, what, half a minute. You could also do it with clippers, like wire cutters. I've done it that way, it's a pain. But, you know, if you don't have power tools, this is a power tool too. So, that will help a lot, make it smaller. And you can use the small pieces for, I mean, I don't really throw much out. I'm sure people would know that if they've watched a lot of my videos. I'm not into throwing stuff out because even a scrap piece like this probably has 100 different pieces that you kind of wish you had it in a situation where you threw it out and you're like, oh shit, if I could only cover that spot that animals are getting into, if only I could span the distance, if only I could use that, you know. Finding a place to keep it is the problem, not having it. So, and when you get really sophisticated, you can take the clips off so they will fit through the holes instead of being pushed down by the metal. And then, this is good exercise, by the way, folks. Always good to get more than one thing done at once. In this case, exercise. Make little meat baskets for my chickens. Flowers are nice, but food is better. So, you can always take this apart, I suppose, if you really wanted to, if you had one of the more expensive ones, like the one I just demonstrated in another video, and use it for its intended purpose. But hey, you know what? To me, the intended purpose is what you make of it, not what it's on the label or what it's sold as. So, in this case, it's going to be a meat basket for the chickens, so that their meat stays off the ground, easy to peck through. Real easy. You increase your food quality by going to the butchers either during the hours and asking them for food, which can happen that they were generous enough to let you go through the bin inside, as I had with the halal shop a few years ago when I was doing that for my dogs, because I did raw food for my dogs, raw meat. And I got to go through their bins for scraps, and that saved a lot of money. But you can also go after hours outside to their bins and score huge amounts of meat for free, or at least for the effort that you put into it. What I do, and you can see one of my other videos, I can't remember what it's labeled, but something about going downtown. You can see where I take my gator cart, my gorilla cart, and on the bus I take it downtown, pull restaurant scraps out of the bins in their green bins in here in Guelph and bring them home, feed them to the chickens. Meat also works. You'd be surprised how much food you can, or food money you can save, chicken kibble money you can save when you collect the restaurant scraps. I was usually spending for my 30 odd chickens plus, at that time I didn't have ducks, but I was going through at least a bag a week, and that's about $20 a week. And I went from that to $20 a month. Obviously COVID put a kibosh on that for a while, but I'm back up and going again. So we're back down to maybe $20 a week for, let's just say, if you don't include the ducks, 35 to 40 hens, probably about 35 right now, and 9 ducks. And that's a huge savings, obviously. Meat is a big component of their diets. Don't let anybody tell you differently. They are scavengers. They eat meat. They'll eat up to 75% of their daily intake of food as meat. In this case, carrion, if you want to call the scraps from the restaurants. The meat, rather, carrion. They will eat literal carrion if you bring home roadkill, dead animal that you find somewhere. They'll eat it and they'll be fine. And of course they eat bugs and they'll eat mice. There's actually even a video on YouTube where 2 roosters, it's a really grainy video, but 2 roosters take on a cobra and kill it, and one of them literally down the hatch. It was quite epic. So anyways, yes, compost chicken queens plus, in this case, plus a meat basket, and in the follow-up video you can see them in action. This one is going to go probably back in the coop. I have one already in there, but if I don't see a good spot for it, I'm not sure where I'll put it. But you want to usually hang it at least a couple feet off the ground, enough that the chickens can reach it, but other things like skunks and raccoons are having a harder time getting at it. Yeah, so anyways, hope you have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, night, whenever, wherever, and whoever you are. Stay safe, stay awesome. Booyah!